exists. Next question, I don't understand it very well, but maybe it is why if YouTube is mainstream and is governed by the parasites, why does it allow videos like this, like Survivor series? Well, I can point to one reason for sure. I don't know if it is the only one. They could be already losing the grip after all, because too many people are awakening. But what they're surely trying to do is, if they openly ban the true knowledge, people will quickly figure out that there is something wrong, that they're being taken for a ride. So they want to do is that people themselves lose interest and start thinking that alternative research is nonsense and crap. And how to do that is by diluting it with all kinds of trollish ideas and mainstream propaganda under the disguise of alternative research. Here is one example. Mr. Robert Schoch. He has posted the following information on his own website about Yonaguni. Based on all of the evidence, it is primarily a natural structure. The rocks of the region break out neatly both along horizontal and vertical planes. And where is this all the evidence that he mentions? He has not published it yet, and doesn't seem to have any intention to publish it as well. The photo you see is the only thing he put as a research or something. It's so blurry. I have not reduced the resolution. That's what he publishes, and it's not even clear where is this, and is this the man-made part or the natural part? Is this in Yonaguni or where? Nothing is clear, and he doesn't seem to have any intention to publish it, because the idea is that the people will believe his conclusion just because he's famous alternative researcher, and mainly because of his titles. Now, while you enjoy the beautiful list of his titles, on the background is a proper resolution photo of the actual rocks that this is a photo of the Yonaguni beach, and these are the rocks that are supposedly breaking off neatly, both horizontally and vertically. Horizontally, yes, I would say somewhat it resembles the horizontal surfaces of Yonaguni, but if we see the vertical erosion of the rocks, it is not smooth at all. This is another photo of the Yonaguni beach. Please notice how do the rocks break vertically, nothing like what you see on Yonaguni. The monument. The vertical surfaces in Yonaguni are quite precisely cut at very regular angles, and we don't see that at all on the sandstone on the beach. Indeed, the beach sandstone is absolutely standard and normal, the way I have it outside my house in the area and everywhere else. It doesn't break naturally like it is on the Yonaguni monument. It will break in that fashion only when a conscious being helps it break in such a manner. And since the renowned alternative researcher Robert Schoch claims that has dived many times in Yonaguni and has conducted research, we wonder why it never crossed his mind to take photos and show those neatly breaking vertical surfaces that he saw. This is very strange, because judging from his titles, he must have heard in his university that for research to be scientific, it has to be documented, it has to show some sort of evidence and things like that. He presents nothing of this at all. This alternative researcher boldly appears on mainstream documentaries about Yonaguni and claims things like the regular corners that we see on the photos are very deceptive. What does it mean, very deceptive? Probably it means that the right angles we see on the photos are not the right angles when you dive there. Actually, in our age of highly advanced technology, we have these devices that you see on the screen for measuring angles. They are neither heavy nor difficult to obtain. Why didn't this researcher document how he measured the deceptive angles. Is it really that difficult to take photos? He has also been heard claiming that the smooth surfaces that we see on the photos of Yonaguni are also deceptive. Actually, they are not so smooth. They appear smooth because of the plants growing on them. Sadly, he again forgot to take pictures of that wonder because in usual circumstances the vegetation underwater makes whatever it is to look even more rough and not smooth. Well, what a bad luck that again he forgot to take photos and none of the other divers saw anything like this as well, so those miraculous images of the smoothing plants seem to have been lost forever. He also shows his constant excitement with Yonaguni and claims that if at any time some sort of writing or signs or carvings are discovered on Yonaguni, he will be the first one to take the plane and go to see them with great joy. That's why I find it very strange that he didn't do it. Moreover, they were discovered even before he made his claims. Now I would like to show you two more natural formations that very much resemble Yonaguni and are above water. This one is in South America and the next one is on the very coast of Yonaguni. Their style is very similar to the monument underwater. And yes, I agree that they are fully natural. They are made of absolutely natural stone that happen to have the shape that you see currently after a human being helped it to obtain that shape. Yes, they're natural. Well, I can't be sure it's a human being, but it is some sort of being. So the information that Robert Schoch is emanating is non-different from the mainstream history or the mainstream religions, and the common between all of them is that they expect the people to believe in it just because it comes from something that looks authoritative. People are supposed to not believe their eyes and believe what they are told blindly just because it comes from an authoritative source and because the mainstream history sounds less and less authoritative nowadays. The trick is, okay, then it will be told by somebody who has the image of alternative researcher and people will believe it. Or if they don't believe it, it's also good because they will start thinking what a crap these alternative researchers are. So it's a win-win situation.
לך ליבי בכמלותיי, לך רוחי ונשמתי, השיבני ואשובה ותרזה השיבני ואשובה